As revival continues at Asbury University, the worship is spreading. We will tell you about another one at the University of the Cumberlands.
And several nursing home residents and others got a big surprise today, filled with love and singing. More on their singing telegrams coming up.
Plus, it's been nice past couple days, but changes are on the way. When some rumblers could work back into the forecast coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
An Eastern Kentucky nursing home brought back a tradition the community and its residents have grown to love through the years.
And it's sure to bring smiles to faces this Valentine's Day. WYMT's Dakota Makris has the story.
A more than 20-year tradition of the Valentine's singing telegrams is back in full swing this year at Hazard Health and Rehabilitation Center.
We had stopped during COVID, so yes, this is our first time back out into the communities and the school. We're in no form of professionals.
Before Hazard's finest broke out in song around town, they delivered telegrams to residents from their families.
We have an awesome time. We bring happiness, we bring tears.
I followed the group to Lowe's, where they surprised an employee with a singing telegram as a gift from his wife.
We've showed up at work at some of the busiest times. When you send somebody to a business, it is hilarious to see how the coworkers react.
And just by looking at Freddie Grubbs' coworkers, I would say their day was made.
But she kind of threatened me with it, so I kind of saw it coming. Didn't think it was the day, though.
Grubbs tells me he and his wife went out to dinner Monday. He says he is finishing up her Valentine's gifts when he gets off work.
But it was awesome, though. I thought it was a great time. It was all right. Everybody got to enjoy it.
Spreading smiles and music around the mountains. In Hazard, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Great to see that tradition continuing. The singing telegrams was a way for the nursing home to raise money for the Residents Activity Fund.
Valentine's Day is a day to celebrate love stories, but for one Somerset family, today is just a little bit sweeter. Libby Morris's parents were married for 49 years. Growing up, she witnessed their loving marriage, but she also knew there was more to their story, captured in something very personal from her father Gene's time spent in the Navy.
Well, when I was growing up, my parents would get the letters out from time to time and read them and laugh and whisper. And
some of those letters were written from aboard the USS New Orleans, the ship where Gene Lankford was stationed during World War II. Over time, the letters were lost, or at least Libby thought they were. Tonight at 11, we will tell you what happened to the letters. There's a lot of love on Lake Drive in Prestonsburg, and not just because it's Valentine's Day.
One couple's love story has blossomed into a local business. WYMT's Buddy Forbes shares how their story and sauce just keeps people coming back for more.
Lake Drive Pizza and More recently opened its doors, quickly becoming a Prestonsburg favorite.
People started calling and coming in on us while we were trying to get ready to open. So we just all of a sudden just started doing orders.
But the story behind the slices sparked up long before the open sign.
27 years ago, I worked here when it was another restaurant, and I met my husband here.
Lori and Ronald Wright began their journey as co-workers at the former Giovanni's in 1995.
I was the manager and he was the delivery driver. He comes up there, "Hey, Blondie, I need a buddy bag." I looked at him and I said, "I'm not Blondie."
And thanks to his strong cologne, or just their strong connection,
It was right then and there. I just knew that we were meant together.
the pair cooked up a life full of love and laughter, and is now seizing the chance to cook up something else.
As soon as I seen the for it sign, I knew it was fake.
With Lori still wearing the title of Blondie, and Ronald once again behind the wheel.
Hopefully we can make it something where it stays in the family for a long time. I'm trying to teach them my little tricks and stuff about it all.
The Wrights say the space will always hold a pizza their heart.
We met right over there in that spot where she standing.
And though the secret recipe sauce holds the hearts of many, the best thing on the menu is
A lot of memories.
in Prestonsburg, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the pizza is not your thing. Some customers have already fallen in love with the steak sandwiches and pasta. You can follow the restaurant on Facebook for hours and menu options.
Well, now I'm hungry. And if you're taking your Valentine out for a little bit of dinner tonight, it's not looking too bad out there right now, but we are watching clouds moving in a little bit later on this evening. Here's a look outside from UVA-wise, 59. They've been consistent in the 50s in Southwest Virginia this afternoon. Not a bad sunset, but it's starting to be overtaken by some of those clouds moving in. We had the shot from out front of WYMT where the sun continues to set. 63 out there at the moment. Upper 50s and low 60s, even a few middle 60s sticking around. We'll continue to see temperatures drop as we head through the night, but not by much. We'll continue to see mild air tonight. Winds coming up out of the south and west, and we'll get breezier overnight as well, with those winds gusting at times upwards of 30 miles per hour as those showers move in. We're only in the low 50s tonight. I'll have the very latest on when we see the potential for stronger storms try to work in a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. We're following a developing story tonight across the Tennessee border in Claiborne County. Officials from the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office say they found a body. That body was found in a mountainous area in the northern part of the county, and it was transported to the Knox County, Tennessee Regional Forensic Center for an autopsy and identification. The investigation is ongoing, and CCSO officials say the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is assisting. Well, one man is facing several charges after police caught him in the act of breaking into the garage of a Laurel County home. 25-year-old Logan Martin of London is charged with burglary, public intoxication, resisting arrest, and menacing. Deputies say they were called to a home on John R. Jones Road Saturday morning for a break-in complaint. When deputies arrived, they say they saw Martin walking away from the scene. After a brief scuffle, Martin was eventually arrested. A man accused of killing his girlfriend in Whitley County and then escaping from jail has now pleaded guilty to all charges against him. Nicholas Rucker pleaded guilty to murder, domestic violence, tampering with physical evidence, and illegally possessing a gun in connection to the 2019 murder of Vicky Connor. He also pleaded guilty to attempting to escape from jail and 3 adult kidnapping charges in connection to an escape last year. Prosecutors are recommending a 65-year prison sentence for all of those charges. He's set to be sentenced on March 20th.
There's a movement sweeping across the Commonwealth, bringing Christians and those who are looking to believe together, with one Southeast Kentucky university taking part. After attending a large revival at Asbury University, University of the Cumberland student Nevaeh Warren and her friends came together to host a revival on their own campus, bringing nearly 400 people together to worship and share their own personal testimonies.
And what we're encouraging them is that it is a lifelong of faithfulness, right? We come and we have these amazing experiences like last night here, but what we're really hoping for is that this would spark in young college students a hope that lasts them a lifetime.
Although no one can truly pinpoint why this movement is happening, UC's Director of Ministries Jacob Ratliff says after years of spiritual isolation due to COVID, people are yearning to find that connection again. We will have more on UC's revival tonight at 11.
Well, coming up, stormy weather could be on the way as we head through the end of this week. The latest details ahead. Plus,
one local group is still working to help folks in need of home repairs after July's flooding.